Minasan, konnichiwa, Jamu desu, and welcome to Hikari Online Class. So for today's lesson, pag-aaralan natin ang Lesson 3 in our grammar discussion. Okay? Are you ready? Ja, hajimemashou. Okay, so first topic here is about Koko, soko, and asoko. Or the politer way, kochera, sochera, and achera. Okay? So the demonstrative kore, are, and sore that are discussed in lesson 2 is referred to a thing. Okay? Again, kore, sore, and are ay tumutukoy sa mga bagay. Okay? While Koko, soko, and asoko is referred to a place. So, Koko, soko, and asoko naman ay tumutukoy sa lugar. Okay? Okay, so first is Koko, where the speaker is. Okay? Koko means where the speaker is. Okay? In English, it means here. So, in Tagalog, dito. Okay? Koko means dito. Okay, next. Soko. Okay? Soko means where the listener is. Okay? Soko means where the listener is. In English, this is there. In Tagalog, means dyan. Okay? Again, soko means there. In Tagalog, means dyan. And last, asoko is the place far from both the speaker and the listener. Okay? Again, asoko is the place far from both the speaker and the listener. So in English, asoko means over there. And in Tagalog, nangangahulugan itong andun or dun. In short, okay? Now let's review. Koko means dito, soko means dyan, and asoko means dun. Okay? Next up is an example illustration of the position of Koko, soko, and asoko. So as you can see, Koko is where the speaker is, soko is where the listener is, and asoko is a place where far from both of them. Okay? Okay. Also, here, as you can see, if both the speaker and the listener are together, so you can use Koko in just the same place, Koko in yung malapit-lapit sa kanila, and asoko is yung sobrang layo na. Okay? So, dito, dyan, at dun. Okay, so it's just the same in that position. Okay, so next is kochera, sochera, and achera. So these demonstrative words referring to direction. Okay, so in English that means this way, sochera means that way, or achera means over that way. So again, kochera, sochera, and achera are referring to direction. But aside from that, they are also used to refer to location, in which case they are more polite than Koko, soko, and asoko. Okay, so you can use them as also for politer way of Koko, soko, and asoko. Okay? Okay, so you can say these are kochera, this way or this direction, dito po, in Tagalog. Next, sochera is dyan po, or that way, in Tagalog. Then, achera is over that way, dun po. Okay, so that's what means by direction. Dun po sa malayo. Just like that. Okay? Okay, so for example here, so this again, kochera is where the speaker is, sochera is where the listener is, and achera is where the place is far from the both far from both speaker and listener. Okay, so just the same here. So, okay, can use kochera, sochera, and achera. Okay? So just like Koko, soko, and asoko. So just remember this is the polite way. Okay, so let's try some example here and imagine that this place would be an office. Okay, so office in Japanese is jimusho. Okay, so jimusho. So for example, she will say is, here is the office. Okay, here is the office, or sa Tagalog pa, dito yung opisina. So in Japanese, here is Koko. What? Okay, here is, then office. So office in Japanese is jimusho. Then add des. Okay? So, Koko wa jimusho desu. Koko wa jimusho desu. Okay? Here is the office. So that is how you're gonna say it. Okay, how about another example too? Okay? So now let's imagine that this is a classroom. So classroom in Japanese is kyoshitsu. Kyoshitsu. Okay? So again, remember this is our speaker and this is our listener. So since this is our speaker and the place is near for the listener, we call that, okay, we will use soko. Okay, so would be in English that. Okay, that is a classroom. Okay, that is a classroom. Okay, so that would be soko wa. Okay, soko wa classroom is kyoshitsu desu. Okay, soko wa kyoshitsu desu. Okay, did you get it? Okay, so another example for asoko. Okay, for example, this place here is a toilet. Okay, so toilet in Japanese can be used as for casual use only. You can use toire. Okay, toire. So since it is far from both the speaker and the listener, so this place is asoko. Okay, or dun. Okay, so in Tagalog, let's give an example. So, dun yung toilet or dun yung CR. So, for example, just like that, we will gonna say that in Japanese, asoko wa toilet is toire desu. Okay? Asoko wa toire desu. Okay? So, I hope you got it right. How to use Koko, soko, and asoko. Next, grammar point. N1 wa, N2 place this. Okay, so N1 is our topic, and again, N2 now is our place. Okay, so as you already know, in our lesson 1, this is the basic structure. But this time, let me focus that we make the N2 as a name of a place. Okay? So using this sentence pattern, you can explain where a place, a thing, or a person is. Okay, so pag ginagamit mo tong pattern na to is malalaman or masasabi mo na kung nasaan ang isang lugar, ang isang bagay, or kung nasan yung isang tao. Okay, now for example, you will gonna explain that this is the place or the specific topic that you want to explain to your listener. For example, since this is an office, you will say, okay, so you will gonna say, the office is here. So in Japanese, that would be, jimusho wa koko desu. Jimusho wa koko desu. Okay? Next, paano mo naman sasabihin kung si sensei ay nasa office? Okay? So, sensei or si teacher ay nasa office. So, teacher is sensei, office is jimusho. So, si sensei yung topic natin, so siya yung gagawin nating noun 1. Sensei wa jimushu desu. Okay? Sensei wa jimushu desu. So that means si sensei ay nasa office. Okay ba? Okay. So, next topic is doko and dochira. Okay? So, doko means where and dochira means which direction. Well, dochira can also mean where, in which case it's more polite than doko. Okay? But most of the time, we use, or in the casual way, we use doko for where. Okay? And dochira means which direction. Okay? Example, Maria-san. Maria-san wa doko desu ka? Maria-san wa toire desu. Okay? Maria-san wa toire desu. Or you can just omit the topic because it is obvious that you ask, or you can just add or directly answer that without the topic as toire desu. Okay? Again, Maria-san wa doko desu ka? Maria-san wa toire desu. Or toire desu. It is okay to omit the subject if it's obvious that he is the topic of the conversation. Okay? So remember, doko means where. Okay? So Maria-san wa doko desu ka? And then you just add, or you just copy Maria-san wa, and you omit the doko and change it to your answer as toire. Okay? So that becomes Maria-san wa toire desu. Okay? So the position, as you can see, the position of our words is not changed, but you just omit the doko and change to your answer and remove the ka to make it the answer for the question. Okay? Next. Another example, or you may use the dochera. Toire wa dochera desu ka? Toire wa achira desu. Okay? That means toire wa dochira desu ka? That means which way is the toilet? Okay? You will say toire wa achira desu. Okay? That way over there is the toilet. Toire wa achira desu. Okay? So that is how you're gonna use dochera and achira. Actually, this is just in position, and it's just the same with doko. Okay? Again, dochera and achira. Okay? Same as the doko one. Okay? So aside from that, doko and dochera is also used to ask the name of a country, company, school, or any place or organization a person belongs to. Okay? So pwede mo din siyang gamitin if magtatanong ka kung saan galing ang isang thing, or saan ka galing, or saan ka nakatira, or saan ka bansa nakatira, saan yan ginawa, or saang place yung ginawa, saang school ka, saang company ka nagtatrabaho. So you can use this interrogative, the doko and doko. Here's an example on how we use these following interrogatives inter-country, okay? So first, let's read it. Sumimasen, mako-san no okuni wa dochira desu ka? Philippine desu. So desu ka? Philippine wa kirei desu ne. Arigatou gozaimasu. As you can see, we use dochera for this one because we use okuni. Okay, so when asking someone's country or where she or he from, so make it sure that you use, or most of the time, dochera is used to make some more polite impression in asking. And you just answer your country's name and just add this. Okay? Next is how about for company, okay? So here's an example. Okay, by the way, company is kaisha. So, let's start reading this dialogue. Sumimasen, Mako-san no kaisha wa doko desu ka? Watashi no kaisha wa Hitachi desu. So desu ka? Arigatou gozaimasu. Iie, do itashimashite. Okay? Again. Sumimasen, Mako-san no kaisha wa doko desu ka? Watashi no kaisha wa Hitachi desu. So desu ka? Arigatou gozaimasu. Iie, do itashimashite. Okay? So first dialogue here is, sumimasen, excuse me, Mr. Mark, where is your company, or what is your company? Okay, what is your company's name? So, you can copy the topic. Watashi no kaisha wa, my company is Hitachi. Or you can just say directly the company's name and then you add this. That would be Hitachi desu. And then the reply for that, so desu ka? Ah, ganun ba? Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you very much. And then said, iie, do itashimashite. Okay? You can say, you're welcome. Okay? Okay, so again, you can ask doko here for asking someone's company, kung nasaan yun, or kung anong company siya, or kung saang company siya nang tatrabaho. Okay? And then, you can just directly say your company's name, or his or her company's name, and then this. Or it's more polite if you complete the whole sentence as, watashi no kaisha wa Hitachi. Okay, that is how you're gonna use the doko and dochera in two ways. Okay? Okay, before we start this, so we already know, or we already discussed this kind of pattern in lesson 1 and lesson 2. So in lesson 1, noun 1, noun 2 means noun 1 is kind of a group or organization where N2 belongs. Now, in lesson 2, there are two types, or there are two uses of noun 1, noun 2. First is noun 1 explains about noun 2. And the second is noun 1 explains who owns noun 2. Now, this time in lesson 3, when N1 is the name of the country and N2 is a product, it means that N2 is made in that country. Okay, again, when N1 is the name of the country and N2 is a product, that means that N2 is made in that country. So in this structure, doko is used to ask where or by whom N2 is made. So pag ginamit mo to in a question, so tinatanong niya kung kanino or sino ang gumawa or saan yan nagawa. Okay? Where the bag's made or who made that bag. Okay? So now let's practice some conversation here in asking or using this noun 1, noun 2, where noun 2 is made from noun 1. Okay? So let's start from reading. Sumimasen, それはどこの靴ですか? これはイタリアの靴です。Okay, again. すみません、それはどこの靴ですか? これはイタリアの靴です。Okay, remember? どこの靴. Then, you just change どこ into the place where the shoes made, and then that would be answer. For example, here, Italy is where the shoes made, so you can say Italiano kutsu desu. Okay, next is when N2 is the name of the company and N2 is a product, it means that N2 is made by that company. So, a while ago, kung saang lugar, kung saang bansa ginawa yung shoes niya. But How about if si brand or si company naman, if you are asking kung saang brand or kung anong brand yung product na yun. So in this structure, doko is used to ask or whom entry is made. So doko pa rin yung gagamitin natin as an interrogative. For example, let's practice this one. Sumimasen, それはどこの靴ですか? Sumimasen, それはどこの靴ですか? Okay. これはナイキの靴です。これはナイキの靴です。Okay? So again, どこの靴? So although the question is just the same, so it's up to you if so you will gonna answer. If you want to answer it with a brand's name, これはナイキの靴です。Okay, ナイキの靴です。So this is a Nike shoes. Okay, this is a shoes from Nike or made by Nike. Okay, or Nike. Hope now you know how to use the doko and dochera. Okay, now, so here is an example summary of the ko, so, do system of demonstrative words. This is a summary of how you easily memorize those demonstrative words. Okay, so remember, all of those words are started with ko, so, and do. So this would be ko series. Okay, let's start. Kore. Okay, when we say kore, this thing. Okay, this thing. You are not specific of naming that thing, so you just say this thing. While kono noun, for example, you can use that noun as a thing or a person. Kono kaban, kono kutsu. Okay, or kono hito for a person, or kono onna no. Okay, next is for place is koko, means here. Okay, here, or the polite way for koko is kochera, or also mean as direction for place, which means this way. Okay, next for so series. Okay, so series means first is sore. Okay, so sore is that thing. Okay, sore is that thing. Next is sono noun. Sono noun. So that chair. Okay, that chair, or that person. Okay, or that girl. Sono hito. Sono onna. Okay, next is series soko for place. Okay, soko is there. Okay, there. And the polite way of soko is sochera, or you can use that for direction as that way. Okay, that way. Okay, another one is a series. Okay, so let's start from are. Okay, are is, okay, so that, okay, that thing, okay, also that thing, but is more far. Okay, far from both speaker and listener. Okay, same with ano noun. Okay, so that would be a thing, that would be a thing or person. Ano hito. When we say ano hito, that means that person far from both speaker and listener. Same as asoko. So asoko is a place where far from both the listener and the speaker. And the polite way for that is achera. Okay, or that way over there, or that way from far from both speaker and listener is called also achera. Okay, and for the questions series, you just add do in the very first one. So, dore. Actually, we will gonna discuss dore in the lesson 8, but this means which. Okay, dore means which. Dono is also in lesson 16, but also this is which noun would you choose. Okay, but let's focus here the next two. We already discussed doko means where, and dochera is which direction, or the politer way of doko. Okay, so I hope this series is you know the technique already and how memorize this one. Just always remember when you say Koko, it's just near the speaker or where the speaker at. So series is where the listener is at, and a series is a place or a thing that far from both the speaker and the listener. And do is for the question in this series. Okay? Next topic is okuni. So, okuni. So, the honorific or the prefix o is added to a word concerning the listener or a third person in order to express the speaker's respect to the person. Okay, okuni means country. Kuni only. Okay, kuni only means country. But when you put o, since this is a prefix o, so that means that you put or you express respect to the listener. Okay, like this example. Sumimasen, Mako-san no okuni wa dochira desu ka? Philippine desu. So desu ka? Philippine wa kirei desu ne. Arigatou gozaimasu. Okay? So remember, o kuni is used here. And they ask, since you are being polite, so you use dochera. And you just answer your country's name, like Philippine, and then you add this. Okay? So now, let's try having a role play for this part. Okay? So let's practice first. I will be A and you will be reading the B part. So let's get started. Sumimasen, Mako-san no okuni wa dochira desu ka? So desu ka? Philippine wa kirei desu ne. Okay, how about this time? Let's switch role. You will be A and I will be B. Okay? 3, 2, 1, go! Philippine desu. Arigatou gozaimasu. Okay, so that is how you're gonna use o. Okay? So you just use as a prefix to express your respect to your listeners. Okay, and that's the end for our topic in lesson 3. So hope to see you again in our next lesson, minasan, and gambatte kudasai. Goodbye!